Welcome back to HLock Gaming. This is HLock. In this week's video, Fateless gave us a challenge of coming up with a sort of Christmas-themed hero. What features we might like to see, like a Christmas wish list, and a carol, or making a Christmas carol. That one I will not be doing. I'm not musically inclined. So I started looking into some different Christmas characters. I think the obvious one a lot of people might choose would be Krampus. He's kind of troll-like, kind of fits the vibe to go into a game to be a tank slash warrior type. So I wanted to kind of buck what I thought the trend was going to be. So I just started looking at other Christmas characters around the world. And I found this one, La Befana, I think is how you say it. It's Italian, I don't know, not a folk hero, but folk character, I guess you'd call it. That comes the night of Epiphany Eve, I believe is what I read, at the end of the 12 days of Christmas. They call it the Christmas Witch. So I was thinking this could be, a pretty solid rare character. I'm thinking, kind of a top rare a la Apothecarian Raid. Because she will come down the chimney like Santa Claus and deliver Christmas presents to, I guess they're not Christmas because it's past Christmas, but presents to good children and coal to the bad children. I was thinking you could make that sort of the support type skill, and it could do both actually, except for the coal will be a debuff that would go to the enemies, and the presents would go to your character. So I don't know, something kind of like a strengthen buff, similar to Raid. So it protects them. Because I was thinking, the night of Epiphany, sort of a epiphanies, you gain a sudden greater understanding of a situation is how I've always thought of it. So, a strengthen buff where essentially they take less damage in battle. So a buff to them, greater understanding of the battlefield, and then call or a debuff to the enemy. I'm not exactly sure what kind of debuffs we're going to be having. Maybe just something as simple as a weaken. I looked up a few different pictures as well. I kind of like the look of this one, if they did some similar type clothing for. I was also thinking, the aura could be a sort of speed aura, increase the speed of allies. Nothing too strong. Like I said, I want this to be a rare. And we don't know really what a good percentage buff is going to be as far as speed in this game. So I'll have to wait and see. I can't really say, what if I say like 15% and that's ungodly in this game. So we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, we got the A3, the strong skill, the buff to your allies, and the weaken to the enemies, and then the speed aura, and then the A1. I was thinking she would have her broom with her, and she could just run out and whack a single target with her broom. Or I thought maybe she could grab a present from her bag here and throw it at an enemy. So just a single target, attack, either with the broom or kind of throwing a present. Here we see her with a black cat as well. I like this look too, the coloring. But, Christmas Witch, if we want it to be Christmas themed, probably do red and green. But like I said, I like this kind of look the most, like this patterning. And then it's on the bag too. As for an A2, I wasn't too sure what I'd do about that. Maybe just a multi-attack that... Because I was thinking maybe she'll hop on her broom and then fly by everyone, kind of like a slapping motion, and attack everyone. So then, yeah, if we do that, then yeah, the A1 will just be throw a present to damage them from her sack. But, an A2, it'll probably have a cooldown. So it has to do a little bit something besides attacking everyone, I would think. So maybe before she does that on herself, even though she has the speed aura, she provides some type of buff to herself, either speed or... No, maybe not speed, 'cause I already have the speed aura. Maybe like an attack up and then she attacks everyone. She's not going to be a crazy damage dealer. So that way, though, if there's something similar to, say, a poison, say, you could throw it on here. So when you do that, attack everyone where she jumps on her broom and flies by and kind of slaps them all. You could poison some enemies, and then throw the present is A1. Oh, we already looked at that one. I liked this one too, her little bag of goodies back here. She could throw something from that, or the present bag like in the other picture. And this is just a very old depiction, or it looks very old. Could be new, I don't know. But yeah, so that's kind of my throw a present from the bag. Oh, I didn't notice that she has a lantern there. Okay, maybe they can work that in somehow. Yeah, but throw a present from the bag for the A1. A2, hop on the broom, attack up yourself, and then fly by everyone, smack them all. And then the A3 is the strengthen buff to your companions, and the weaken to the enemies, call it naughty or nice, or naughty and nice, whatever, something like that. And then a speed aura. As for my wish list of things I'd like to see in the game, they're getting very good character builds. They're putting a lot of thought into it. They're going to look good. I have no doubt because of the team involved, the gameplay will be good. So I'm not too worried about that. So my wish list for Christmas would be primarily coming out with quality of life features right away. If there's some type of pity in the game as far as pulling shards go, just put some type of indicator or counter or something in the game from the start. Don't make us use a third party like RSL, or way back in the day, I used to use Chosen, aka Brad, who's actually part of the Fateless team now. He just had a spreadsheet he put out, and I would manually track it using that. Put something like that in the game. If we're gonna have to grind stages, for XP, gold, silver, whatever the currency is, gear, etc., allow us a way to do that in the background, and possibly even with the game completely minimized, so you can do other stuff on your phone, do stuff like that. Because as much as people like Raid, I think even the people who like Raid, one of their biggest complaints is the amount of time it's just occupying your screen on your cell phone if you're not playing it from a PC. And I assume they want to get a very large mobile audience. So I would say put something like that in there, so you can don't have to just sit there with your screen on, plugged in, charging while you're doing something else. It's just running, 100 runs of whatever. Related to that, kind of the automation stuff, if I build a decent enough PvP team, I don't know how many PvP matches we'll be able to see when you go into it, 5, 10, 20, whatever the list is. Let me even do that. Like, let me choose a couple, like, oh, I think I could beat this team on auto, these teams on auto, so I'm not manualing it. And then I hit go, same thing, it just does it in the background. Does some PvP matches, right? That's the biggest stuff I want to see. Quality of life, time-saving things. And he did mention, a catch-up mechanic in one of the videos early on. We haven't heard much on that since then, but I would hope they're keeping that in mind, because it is nice to take days off, even from a game you like. I'm just doing stuff on the weekend outside. I don't want to be on my phone, or I don't know, I'm going to the movies, or a couple movies. I'm going to dinner. I don't know, just a catch-up mechanic. It doesn't even have to be, anything great. Like, I don't want to be able to take a month off and then someone can catch up in 2 days, because then what's the incentive for them to play? But even for a week, maybe, so that way if you're on vacation, you can just put it down for that week and not think about it, and then catch up once you get back. So I'd like to see something like that. So I'm mostly focused on, my wish list is time-saving elements. And as for like the battles, if it locks those characters in terms of you can't swap gear, anything like that, while they're doing something on the specific level of grinding, that's fine. And if you can't go to other stages as far as the campaign, that's fine. But I would think too, even though they're grinding and their gear's locked in, if you're doing some other type of specific event dungeon, you could still use those characters. I know you're kind of using them two at once or two stages at once, but that's the type of thing I would like to see to just save time. Because it's not like I hate these games. It's just so much time because they're gonna add to it, so it's gonna build up. So have time conscious, decisions being made from the beginning. I know they want to see that metric, time in game, but that's my request. Just have those time saving features and those catch up mechanics in the game from the start or as early as you can, and don't hide little things like pity timers. Just put it in the game. Let me know what you guys think down below about the character skills, the character itself, what kind of features you'd like to see, and what you think of my ideas for features as far as time saving. This has been HLock. Thanks for watching. Bye.